Play-by-play voice for the Cincinnati Reds, few thought anyone could fill that void. 34 years later, Marty Brenneman's a fan favorite in Cincinnati. And despite 3 years left remaining on his contract, it appears this Reds legend isn't going anywhere anytime soon. For the past 34 years, the Cincinnati Reds had their share of changes. But one thing that stayed the same is their radio play-by-play voice. And since 1974, being behind the microphone's been more than a job for Marty Brenneman. It's been his passion.
I still look forward to going to the ballpark and broadcasting a game. I think broadcasting baseball is the ultimate challenge as far as play-by-play sports is concerned because it's the toughest sport of all to do.
But as tough as it might be, the 65-year-old's excelled at the profession, winning the Ohio Sportscaster of the Year award 12 times. And as a new generation of players and managers surfaces throughout the years, delivering the action to the listeners has remained constant.
Going back to the middle or late 70s, I don't think the actual art of play-by-play is any different. I think it's pretty much the same. I don't think the game has really changed all that much.
But calling baseball games isn't the only thing that's been interesting for this sportscaster. For most of his career, Brenneman's worked under one of the most controversial owners in baseball.
I worked for Marge, and she signed my paycheck, and Marge was great with me. I never had a problem with her. I think Marge Schott came into my radio booth one time in all the years she managed, owned the ball club. There were times when I was critical of her as an owner of the club, and I never heard a word from her.
But his listeners have heard a lot from him, including 3 World Series championships. But perhaps no moment was more significant than Pete Rose's record-breaking 4,192nd hit in 1985. Although, according to Brenneman, Rose is still a long way from Cooperstown.
I hate to say it, but as long as Bud Seliger's commissioner of baseball, Pete Rose will not get into the Hall of Fame unless there are pressures brought to bear from other outside sources. And I just think if they're going to let guys in now who either were rumored juicers or confirmed juicers into the Hall of Fame, that is steroids or human growth hormone, then they have to rethink their position on Pete Rose.
But it's the positive perception and booming voice of Marty Brenneman that'll keep him linked in the Reds family forever. And that'll be it for your sports news of the Weirds coming up next.